What's going on, guys? Today we're gonna be reacting to how to escape North Korea with my cousin Abudi, and we're gonna get straight into it. Let's go. Let's check it out. Why do they
Min-young is
trap them in
17.
North Korea though?
She lives in Hyesan,
No,
a small
how
town
do
in
they
North
do
Korea.
it?
It's
They don't
located
let
right
them
at the
out.
Yalu
The guy
River,
owns everything.
the natural
Kim
border to
Jong-un.
China. Across the ice, Min-young can see the other side. Freedom is so close,
Did
yet
they
so
have
far.
like guards stationed at like the lake and stuff?
so
North
much.
Korean
And
soldiers are nearby,
look at
patrolling the
here.
area.
And
like
at
that.
China, they gotta go from South Korea because at China
Min-young takes a deep breath
they
of
send
cold
you
air.
back, but in South Korea they keep you
Then
and
she makes
take
her
you
first
somewhere
step onto
safe.
the ice,
Oh, so they'd let you.
not
Yeah.
knowing that this will be the beginning of an incredible 7-year journey.
7 years? Yo, haram, bro.
North Korea is notorious for the oppression of its
Okay,
people
yeah, if
and
I
its
lived
poor
in North
human rights
Korea,
record.
bro.
Look at this, bro. They don't even let their people
Under
do
Kim
anything.
Jong-un, it became even harder for citizens to escape. There are more fences, more guards.
Okay, Kim
and since a few
Jong-un's a
years,
fat
there's a
chud.
new order
I
to
know.
shoot on sight.
Shoot on
Yet,
sight?
every year, hundreds of North Koreans risk their lives to flee
Yeah,
their country.
if they even like touch
But you
the
know,
border,
right
they
when you
die.
get, right when you get on the South Korea side,
Weeks
they
of
can't
grueling
shoot.
desert treks,
Yeah, they can't shoot.
months in detention
They'll start
camps,
a
Even
war.
if
years
even
in
if you're
hiding,
in the river, they
all in the
can't.
pursuit of freedom.
Yeah.
Geographically, North Korea shares borders with Russia,
They don't even
China,
let them
and
have
South Korea.
phones out, you know.
Most North Korean refugees want to get
The
to South
phones are
Korea.
tracked.
There is the shared language and cultural heritage. Most importantly, South Korea actively welcomes defectors from the North with a citizenship. If you look at the
Oh,
map, the direct
citizens.
route to South Korea might seem the easiest, but in reality, very few manage
the
to escape
hardest.
through this path. In between the countries
Yeah,
lies a
I bet it's
demilitarized
actually
zone, and
crazy
it is one
hard
of the
to
most
get through.
dangerous
Yeah.
borders in the world.
Because they're always on watch, because that's the best spot to go.
Yeah.
Oh Chong-song is
China's
one of
the
the ones who
easiest,
managed to get through.
but you'll go
In
send back
2017,
if you get
he
caught
made a
in
daring
China.
escape through the DMZ. Created after the Korean War, the DMZ is only demilitarized by name. It is heavily fortified with armed guards constantly observing each other. On a quiet Monday afternoon, the tense silence of the DMZ is suddenly disturbed. Someone is trying to escape. Driving a military jeep at high speed, Oh Chong-song races towards the border.
W? I would do the
Surveillance
same
staged by the
thing.
South Korean
I'd
military
rather die
captures the
than live
intense
here.
pursuit. He abandons
Oh,
his
they have
car
real
and continues
clips.
on foot.
Yeah.
North Korean soldiers fire multiple shots,
They
hitting
missed.
him several times.
Oh, they hit him.
But Oh Chong-song manages to
Oh.
cross the demarcation line.
Oh, they
Collapsing
can't
behind
shoot
a wall
when
on the
he's
South
there.
Korean side, he endures
Ew.
for hours until South Korean soldiers rescue him.
He didn't bleed
Escaping
out.
through the DMZ is extremely rare.
Nah,
Survival chances are near zero. Another rare,
No,
extremely
fuck.
dangerous
Oh, that's
escape
lucky as
route to the
fuck. He
south is
didn't
by sea.
bleed out.
Somewhere along the southeast coast, a
no,
North
he's
Korean
probably
man
dead.
enters
They
the
just
ocean.
got him in time.
The man is in his mid-20s and equipped with fins and a diving suit.
Oh, this guy's going under the water.
Swimming for over 6 hours and covering more than 3 kilometers,
To
he
China.
reaches the
6
South Korean shore
hours?
near the town
Oh, he
of
goes from
Goseong.
South Korea or from the edge.
Despite being caught on surveillance cameras, South Korean forces only find him later, resting under a tree. He turns out to be a North Korean fisherman seeking asylum. The tides had worked in his favor. Presumably, the man had prior knowledge of the sea conditions. Without, he probably would have drowned.
Wow, that's
Defecting
actually
this
so
way,
smart.
too, is near impossible.
Oh, damn.
How
Only
did
a
he not
handful of
die?
people
6
have
hours
succeeded on
straight of
this route.
swimming?
What's the craziest way?
Similarly, it is extremely rare that North Koreans defect to Russia.
Yeah.
The border is heavily guarded, and the river is too deep to cross. The few people publicly known for defecting to Russia are privileged or high-ranking citizens who manage to cross with the help of their connections. Creating 3D animations like this requires a solid understanding of physics and mathematics. A great place to develop these skills is Brilliant. You're also supporting our channel. The most promising path for North Korean defectors is through China. The two countries are divided by 2 rivers, the Yalu and the Tumen. Some sections are shallow and waist deep. In winter, these rivers offer a rare opportunity. The water freezes solid. For those desperate enough, crossing over the ice might seem deceptively simple. Crossing is just the beginning. The real danger lies on the Chinese side, where defectors
They
face
send you
constant
back.
threats of capture and repatriation.
Yeah, if you get sent back, you die.
Oh,
Min-young grew up in a modest home overlooking the Yalu River. From her backyard, she can see the hazy outline of Chinese villages.
Damn, that's
Her
actually
family
sad.
is relatively
you see
privileged.
people free and you
They
can't
don't
get
starve.
free.
Her father,
That's
a
literally
traveling
jail.
salesman, frequently crosses into China for business, while her mother works for the government.
He
In her
goes to
free
China
time,
and he
the
stays
mother
there
makes
and
extra
you
cash
come
by
back?
trading
What?
smuggled goods from China. This is a common practice for North Koreans that live near the border. The poor economic conditions increasingly drive them to find additional income.
If you work and you can go to China, would you come
Life
back?
changes dramatically when Min Young is
Hell no.
14. It's the year
Thank God I'm
1994.
not
They'd probably
born
kill his
in
One
family,
day,
though.
she returns from school to find her
Thank God I
father
wasn't
missing.
born in.
He's been arrested on his way back from
Yeah, they
China,
probably kill his family.
accused of
Only
bribery
reason he
and
probably
corruption.
hasn't.
The family suspects he was tortured during his interrogation. Months later, he dies in a hospital. Min Young, her mother, and her little brother are left alone, devastated. Disillusioned, Min Young begins questioning the contradictions she saw around her at an early age. The suffering during the famine, the lies in state propaganda, and the harsh realities of survival.
You know, a bunch of them in there think this is how everyone else
all
lives.
build up to a
They
pivotal
think this
point.
shit's normal.
Yeah.
At the age of 17, she makes the life-changing decision to leave North Korea.
Dude, I'll do that shit.
In under a minute, she crosses to the Chinese side, her heart pounding.
That shit's scary. I get
Her
scared when
plan
I'm
is to visit
fucking
relatives up north.
trying to sneak to
She
plug
seeks
back
a
in the
Chinese
Wi-Fi
smuggler
at 3
who
a.m.
lives by the river.
This girl's fucking
He
crossing
frequently trades goods with Min
about to
Young's
die
mother,
at
and she
17.
trusts him. He agrees to drive her into the sprawling city
Yo.
of Shenyang. For the first time, Min Young experiences a world vastly different from the one she had just left behind. Bright lights, bustling streets, and the abundance of food and goods leaves her
So she made it
overwhelmed.
across?
Yeah, she's crossed.
Weeks go by and she turns 18 years old. She wants to return to North Korea, back to her family. But then she gets
Why?
a sudden phone call from
That's
her
actually
mother.
crazy.
Rumors of her disappearance have spread across town. People suspect she might have left the country.
Oh my god.
Coming back would be too dangerous now. Her family fears retaliation for letting Min Young escape. So Min Young's mother urges her to stay in China and live freely. Min Young remains in Shenyang. She begins working in a restaurant and learns Mandarin.
Why is
She
she
lives
still
in
in
constant
China?
fear of being caught and adopts several new names to evade detection. One day, two men enter the restaurant.
Oh my god.
They ask for her and flash their badges. It's the police.
Leave
They
China
take her
already.
away. It's over, she thinks. This is the end. At the
She's
station,
cooked.
they question her relentlessly
I know she's
and
done.
demand she complete
She should have
a
left
written Chinese
China
test
a long
to
while
prove her
ago.
fluency. She does so, hands shaking, constantly at the verge of a panic attack. But she passes the test.
Oh, she passed.
It's a narrow escape. Had the officers doubted her, she would have been deported to North Korea without a doubt. Everything she risked, every moment of her struggle, would have been for nothing. Later, she learns that someone she trusted with her secret reported her to the authorities.
Why? What a bitch.
In 2002, she takes the train to
Yo,
Shanghai.
imagine that
It
happening
marks
to
the
you.
beginning of a new chapter in her
I'm
life.
slamming him out.
In the megacity, she meets a broker who provides her with a new identity.
No.
She spends her entire savings on this ID. With it, she secures a job as an interpreter at a South Korean tech company. As she builds her life in Shanghai, she saves money
Oh,
and
she
falls
went
in
to
love
South
with a
Korea.
South
Just
Korean
go
man.
to South Korea. China
Together,
and
they
South
hatch a
Korea
plan
can
for
go
her
to
seek
each other.
asylum in Seoul, South Korea.
Oh,
No.
she is in
Years of
South
hardship,
Korea.
Min Young boards a flight
Yeah.
to South Korea.
Perfect. Now they give you citizenships and everything.
She's so close to freedom. But immigration officers doubt her story. She spends weeks in detention. She is being interrogated over and over again. Then finally, she's granted permanent residency.
Wow, she made it out.
There we
She made it.
go. Bro, that's like the
Years later,
craziest
Min Young
origin
uses her
story.
savings to arrange the
That's
escape of
scary
her
as
mother
fuck.
and younger brother. Today, Min Young goes by the name of Hyeonshio Lee. She is a human
Oh,
rights
shoot.
activist, speaking out
fucking
for
real?
defectors and advocating for freedom in North Korea. Her journey took over a decade, but her resilience and courage led her to live a life free from fear. We linked her book in the description.
Wow.
Min Young's story is one of pain, loss, and perseverance, but ultimately,
That's crazy.
it is a testament
She
to the
made it
unyielding
out.
spirit of those who
She
refuse
made it out the slums, bro.
to live in chains.
God. Oh, there's still 5 more minutes. I thought that was the end. We have more shit?
For most North Korean refugees, escaping through China is unavoidable, but the country usually only marks the first stop. The ultimate destinations are Vietnam, Thailand, or Mongolia. All offer sanctuary and a route to asylum in South Korea. And as terrible as it sounds, many journeys to get there are much more grueling than Hyunshio Lee's. Shiyun grew up near the Tumen River. While her story is fictional, we drew on various sources to paint a realistic picture. Her family is extremely poor. Shiyun works as a vendor
her story
in an
was
unofficial
fake.
street market.
No, not that.
The money
girl.
she makes is almost entirely
This
spent
girl.
on food for the family. She once believed her government's promises that the supreme leader would provide for the people. Not anymore.
That shit's bad.
One
bro.
day, a friend whispers
look,
about a Chinese
compare
broker
America
who helps
compared to
people
this,
cross
bro.
the
It's
border
so bad.
for a small fee. He promises shelter, food, and even work. To Shiyun, it sounds like salvation. Maybe she could make enough money to provide for her family. She and her friend agree to meet him. After weeks of preparation, Shiyun and her friend
You'd
find
feel
themselves
like
waiting
they
by the
wouldn't
river
allow
on a
even
fresh
allow
summer
them near
night.
the border, like the river.
A shadowy figure
They
emerges.
don't, but they
It's
sneak
the
in.
broker. The moon hides behind thick
Yeah,
clouds,
but isn't it like
and the
always
only light
like,
comes from the distant glow
security
of
guards
Chinese
and
towns
stuff
Yeah,
across
there?
the river.
they sneak.
Officers?
They are ready to cross. The broker leads them through the cold water.
Oh, they made
Shiyun
it?
notices the absence of border guards. Usually there are at least 2 guards patrolling this part of the
Why
river.
is no one here?
Her guess, the broker has bribed them.
Oh.
On the Chinese shore, a car awaits. The broker insists Shiyun ride ahead alone, claiming her friend will follow in a different car for safety. Numb with adrenaline, Shiyun hesitates, but complies. She hugs her friend, unaware it's their final goodbye.
What? What happened?
As the car drives
Why
through the
would
dark
you do
countryside,
that?
exhaustion
He made
overtakes
her get in the car alone,
Shiyun falls
and
asleep.
him and her friend stayed.
What the other friend? Why
She
not?
wakes to a nightmare.
Oh,
The car has stopped in a remote village. The driver tells her she's meeting her new husband.
cooked.
His words send chills down her spine.
New husband.
This has to be a joke. But
Yo,
no one
is she like
seems to be
12?
joking. Shiyun was deceived. The broker has sold her to a middle-aged farmer.
No way.
While transiting through China,
Ew, he's
many
weird.
North Korean escapees fall into the hands of human traffickers. In the border regions, the traffickers prey on the vulnerable. Promising food and jobs, they target people living in the harshest conditions. Once across the border, hope turns to horror, especially for women. A 2019 South Korean report estimates that 60% of North Korean women in China fall victim to trafficking, many forced
What?
into sex trade.
No way.
Ew, bro. People
That
are
tastes
really weird.
disgusting.
You
For
sold
2
a
years,
12-year-old
Shiyun
to
endures
a
isolation,
farmer for what? Probably like
abuse, and constant
$1,000?
surveillance.
You
It
really
feels
ended a
like a
girl's
never-ending
life?
nightmare.
This
She
is
learns
worse than
Mandarin in
North
secret
Korea.
and scrapes together money by selling eggs.
It's probably
always
easier to
planning her
escape
escape
here
in the
though
back
than
of her
North
head.
Korea.
One night, Shiyun seizes her chance. With her hidden savings and a few belongings, she escapes.
Yep.
The following weeks, she travels north. She has no plan, no direction, and no one to help her.
What happened to the other
After
girl?
months on the run, she stumbles upon a network of defectors in the
Did
Koreatown
they
of
murk her
Beijing.
out?
They promise to help her reach Mongolia. She knows going back to North Korea would make her a traitor. This means torture and death for her and her family. She can't go back. This strange faraway place seems like the only chance at a free life, so she decides to go. The only thing standing in her way is the Gobi Desert. The size of Peru, it is extremely hostile to
Gobi
humans.
Desert?
Freezing nights, scorching days,
Freezing
and no
nights.
water. Shiyun joins a group
It
of
gets cold in the
defectors
desert?
and embarks on a grueling trek. Days
At
blur
night,
into nights
probably.
as they walk through sandstorms, share sips of water and little food. After days of walking with almost no rest, Shiyun's feet are bleeding. Only the thought of freedom keeps her moving.
Bro, imagine
When they
walking
finally
that
reach the
long.
Mongolian border,
Bro, that
the group
shit's
spots a few
torture.
soldiers. A man from their group volunteers and approaches with a bribe. In case things go south, the others are still able to escape undetected. Shiyun nervously watches as the man from her group talks to the soldiers. Luckily, they are Mongolian and quite supportive. They guide the group to a
Mongolian.
detention center.
They are China, they
Shiyun
were
spends
cooked.
months in a refugee camp before finally being
Yeah.
granted passage to South Korea. She is one of the few hundred that make it every year.
Oh my god, barely anyone.
One has to wonder
escaped.
how many more North
Exactly.
Koreans would leave,
Bro, oh my, not right
if
now.
only they could.
Wow,
So,
what a fucking video.
it's
That
crazy.
shit's crazy though. Kim Jong Un's low key just weird, and that you sold a 12-year-old to a farmer.
He's tripping, bro.
Tripping,
Imagine.
bro. I don't know how this guy survived. Got shot like 4 times, survived, bro.
Yeah.
Crazy.
How do you survive a gunshot?
You just gotta feel bad for everyone there though. Like, imagine us. We're in America compared to them. These guys can't even get a phone
Bro,
and
I would not
fucking
make it.
they can't have Flappy Bird on their phone and shit.
Yeah, their phones are always getting monitored.
They don't have it. Like they only have certain apps, bro. It's kind of weird.
Yeah,
He doesn't want them to see the outside world. All
so
right,
stupid. Like.
all right, guys. That's gonna be the end of the video, and I'm gonna see y'all on another one. Peace.